Bonjour everyone, I'm Erika and today I'm guiding you through a practice to relax, distress. So join me on the mat. You don't need anything as always. Just make sure you wear something nice and comfortable and that you try to set up yourself in a quiet environment, okay? See you soon on the mat. Alright guys, so let's get started on your mat and come into your heels here. So we'll do this little practice to hopefully help you to relax and distress, especially if you feel a little bit anxious about what's going on in the world this day or whatever is happening in your own personal life. This is this time for you, for yourself, to really try to let go of what's going on. So generally when you feel stress, all the tension goes into the main joint, the shoulders, and then a little bit into the hips with all the emotions as well. So we'll just try to focus today on your breath as always, not just today, it's every time. What we want to do is bringing the awareness to your breath and to the sensation of the body so that you're not going on around thinking in your head of things that you cannot control, because we can't control what's happening right now, okay? So you will see as you practice, as always, your mind will just start to think and then get back to your problem or your worries or your concerns. So every time this happens, just observe that this thought is happening and observe the pattern, and then straight away just try to draw yourself back to your breath. So it's just this little work of constantly observing and noticing when you start to think again, and then just straight away trying to come off the thinking pattern. Okay, so you give your mind a little space and just for you to really forget. It's not so much forget, but it's really trying not to worry of things you cannot control. Okay, so breathing in and out through your nose, as always. We'll just stay here. We'll first take a deep breath. So bring the palms to the side of the body. Take a deep breath in. Observe the breath travel all the way up. Stretch yourself up. And then a deep breath out. And you plunge onto your mat and circle your hands out forward. Now round, tuck the tailbone under. Again, unroll the spine one vertebrae at a time. And we'll do the same. Open the heart, palms face up, looking up. And as you exhale, again, just slide forward. You can open the knees a little bit here if it's on the way. We'll do this one more time. Try to unroll the spine from the tailbone. Expand the breath into the rib cage. Full expansion of the heart space. Look up. And exhale, just slowly relax down. You can breathe out the mouth. It really helps sometimes to let go more of everything that we keep inside. Great. Now pulling yourself into your all four position, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Anchor onto the ground. As you breathe in, drop the belly, the chest, look up. As you breathe out, round. Inhale again. And exhale. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. And in. And out. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Just coming back into your neutral spine. We'll just walk yourself into your melting heart pose. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax the chest down. See if you can keep the tailbone slightly tucked so the lower abdomen is active. And just releasing the chest, the shoulders down. Breathe in here. Just try to feel this nice opening into the upper back and the shoulders. And breathe through it, removing all these tensions. Wonderful. As you breathe in, just make your way back up, and then again just come to sit onto your heels. We'll just relieve a little bit around the neck and the upper back region. So again, a lot of stress going gets stuck into the shoulders. We carry all the worries onto our back here. So just keeping the hands down. If you want, you can hook your hands just underneath the hips or the ankles, whatever is comfortable. If for some reason it's not okay sitting on your knees, you can sit at the end of a chair. Just make sure you're not against the chair so that you keep the lift into the lower abdomen. So you keep the energy and the strength, okay? From here, we're just going to drop the head over to your right shoulder so that you feel a nice stretch into the left part of the neck here. I'll face you here so you can see me. Again, you can hook the left hand onto underneath yourself so that you keep this shoulder down if you want. So just dropping the head and then re-establish the little tuck of the tailbone. So just the tailbone down to the floor and breathe here. Just allowing this length into the left side of the head and neck. Feel free to just move around forward and back, see if you feel a little bit more stretch at any point. And then on your inhalation, come back up and do the same to the other side. Again, you want to feel a nice stretch into the right side. You should feel the attachment of the neck and the traps, all this muscle that link the upper back to the neck and the head here. Wonderful. Again, keep a little lift into the lower belly and just keep breathing. We don't breathe enough, so just expand, inhale and exhale, and then inhale, come back up. We'll just do a few neck roll, drop the chin to your chest, and then roll over to the right. And drop back. As you drop back, keep the jaws open. And continue turning. Just leaving the weight of the body do the work and the gravity. And again, all you have to do is breathe. Wonderful. And then just reverse to the other side. Again, keep the shoulders down. Keeps the jaws relaxed. You can close your eyes. It's generally more comfortable when we turn the head. Otherwise, you might feel a little dizzy if you look around and turn the head together. But it's up to you, as always. Wonderful. One last turn. And bring the chin back to the front. And then come back neutral spine. Great. From here, we'll just press ourselves into a little downward dog. So ground the hands fully. And then just enjoy this first downward dog. So it might feel really tight. It's the first one. We've got a lot of tensions going on. So just paddle your dog the way that you like it. See if you can bring the belly towards your thighs. And then see if you can release the heels toward the ground so that you feel a nice stretch behind the calves. And then this is the start of a gentle inversion. So where the head is lower than the heart, it really helps us to calm down and help to shut down our central nervous system. So just move around in any way that you need, that you like, that your body needs to. Generally, your body just tells you what you need, okay? Even when you are into a yoga class, no good teacher should tell you off for modifying any posture if it doesn't feel right. We're not into your body, so make sure that you do what it tells you. If you have any injuries, if you find that it's too much into the shoulders, you can drop the knees down and relax the chest on the ground to your extended child pose. Otherwise, just keep pedaling, Keep breathing, keep moving, allowing this blood flow to trickle down to the head. No thinking, just breathing. Great. And from here, we'll just go and come into a little deer posture. So we'll place your left hand behind your left knee behind your left hand. And then we'll go and place ourselves into a deer posture. So what we'll do, we'll just bend your back leg here. This is especially good if you want to open into the hips, but you have knee pain. So we'll place your shin parallel to the front of your mat and then flex your foot here. And the important part here is to really have this whole side of the leg on the ground, okay? So you have the left hip, left side, left knee, side of the calf on the ground. So there's no twisting in your knee. It's all happening into your hip joint. And you can just keep the other leg either to the side bend or a little bit further back if you want. You know, again, just go wherever your body, where it feels right. Okay, from here, we'll bring the chest over to your left knee, and then we just slowly lower ourselves down. It's a nice opening into the hips, and at the same time, just calming down. Just observe how it feels when you breathe in and out through your nose, and just the sensation that arises into each posture. Are you able to relax, or do you find it too intense? If it's too intense, you can always come off a little bit here. Try to keep the shoulders as soft as possible, even if you have some weight onto them. Relax the head. I mean, you can go all the way down if you want. Beautiful. Deep, full breath, breathing like you mean it. One teacher told me this one day in a class in San Francisco, and at first I was like, what do you mean? But it was really true. Just breathe like you mean it. And relax the head. Great. Now, if you have any knee issues, you can stay here. If you don't, you can just move yourself further into your pigeon pose by straightening the back leg and then placing the top of the foot down on the floor and just squaring your hips forward here. And just slowly lower yourself down. You will get a little bit more intensity right into the glute, the hips, all around the thighs, just wherever the tension is. You probably feel it. And again, your job is just to breathe and just let the body relax here. I like to do a little bit of movement to start here, just rocking into the hip a little bit here. That can be nice. But again, you choose. And we'll take about 3 more breaths here. Great. And then inhale, come up. And then we'll do the same to the other side. So just stepping back either into your extended child pose, or like me, if you want to come to your downward dog again. And then we'll go and do the same to the other side. So placing your left knee behind your right hand. And then just come and place your shin parallel to the front of the mat. And the back leg slightly bent in any angle that you want to explore here. And then the chest aiming over to your right knee. And just slowly lower yourself down. Just breathing here. Observe if it's different into each side of the body. Is the sensation different? Again, if you tend to have some little issues with your knee, just make sure you keep this front foot flexed. And breathe. Take a last deep breath in and a last deep breath out. And an inhale, slowly come back up. Again, if you have knee pain, stay where you are. Otherwise, just set yourself up for your pigeon pose onto the other side. Square the hips. Readjust the bend of the knee as you need it. We all have different shape of hips and different tightness. So just take your pigeon pose and relax down and breathe here. Have about 1 minute into this pigeon pose. Again, you can either remain still or you can just rock the hips side to side. Wonderful. And inhale, slowly come back up. And then we'll come to a little frog position here. Cool. So just bringing the knees out to the side so they are in line with your hip joint, and bring the feet to the inside and onto the floor here. Just getting a nice stretch into the groin. Now you can stay here if it's enough. If it's okay, just drop down onto your elbows. And what you try to have is your hips and the knees in line with each other. What we can do to start here, so that you have an awareness of where your pelvis is. So quite often we have a little posterior tilt, like so, where your lower back is curved. So we're going to try to anterior tilt and draw the lower abdomen in. So you push the pubic bone and trying to round the lower back pretty much. So just like your cat-cow, just do the same into this position. Observe where it's comfortable and where it's not comfortable. Okay, so generally the tuck forward is a little bit less comfortable because it brings more resistance into the inner thigh. So just keep moving, just do about 5 tilt forward and 5 tilt up. Unless you have pain into your hip joint, of course, okay? Otherwise, we'll just bring a little bit of mobility there. Wonderful. And eventually just keep the tilt forward here. So like if you try to activate the lower abdomen and to draw the pubic bone closer to the lower part of the ribs, and just hold here for a few breaths. This is where this is the most intense, and you really target the inner groin. When you go the other way around, you kind of go away from the stretch of the adductors there. Deep full breath. Deep inhale and deep exhales. Wonderful. And then just very slowly, just make yourself back up, and we'll finish up into a little balasana child pose. So just to come and turn inward, you can have the knees slightly apart if you want, or you can be just right on it if it's available. Feel free to place a blanket or pillow underneath, and then we'll just slowly rest, and then bring the arms by your side. Great. You still have a slight inversion here because your head is lower than the heart. Really good posture to come back to yourself. We give so much to the outside world, always doing things for others. So this is just coming back to your little house, your little shell. Keeping the energy to yourself here. Take 5 deep inhale, 5 deep exhale, like so. Every time you breathe in, you want to feel the upper back pushing away from the ground toward the ceiling. And on your exhale, relaxing down. Last 2 breaths. Beautiful, people. Slowly coming off. If you have the time, as always, just stay down into this position as long as you have. Otherwise, I hope that you feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more relaxed. And yeah, I will see you next time. As always, please, I would love if you could like the video if you enjoyed it, and then drop me a little comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time on the mat. You take care. Bye bye.